This week we are touring one of Scotland's most underrated road trips.
Who remembers where it all began on our first road trip in Ellie 4 years ago? Well, we're back again, older, uglier, and still making the same old daft mistakes.
Alright, reverse, back it up. Good start to it, at least it's quiet. We're on a hunt for the best hidden gems all along one of Scotland's most underrated road trips, the North East 250. Looping through Aberdeen, the Cairngorms and the Moray coastline, this lesser known route packs everything from wild beaches and dramatic castles to whisky distilleries and stunning mountain views. It's like the North Coast 500's quieter, equally stunning cousin, and it deserves way more attention than it currently gets. In this episode we're exploring the must-see spots, the secret corners and some of the best van park-ups that we've actually found anywhere across Scotland. I've got to say this is one of the most beautiful places we've actually woken up to. That is, I think that might be one of the best airs in Scotland. I'll put it out there.
Get ready for a road trip to remember as we tour the North East 250.
Good morning everyone from a very, very sunny Moray. We arrived into Nairn last night and we actually found this like perfect little park up. I kind of forgot just how easy van life is actually around the northern kind of Aberdeenshire region. There's park ups everywhere. Really beautiful ones, really pretty. This particular one is just outside of the town of Nairn and it sits right on Nairn Beach. It's this kind of like giant harbour car park and it costs £10 for the night. You just go up and pay the little machine over there. There's about 8 kind of dedicated overnight bays that you can park in and it's just so peaceful and so secluded. Last night when we pulled up there was a few kind of kids in their cars and we were a little bit nervous, but they cleared out at like 8:30. I think they had school the next day or something and they're very responsible around this part of the world. So they all cleared out and since then all we could hear was like the waves crashing onto the beach just behind our van and there's nothing else. It was a really peaceful, really beautiful night's sleep. And this is the view we're waking up to. It's like a little kind of static caravan campsite over there. And just down there, that's where the beach is. Beautiful views. If you guys remember from last week, the reason we're actually all the way over in Aberdeenshire is because obviously I crashed my drone and we had to go and pick one up from like the kind of Inverness region. It's the closest place that we could get a new one ordered before we head over to the Outer Hebrides, because we definitely want a drone for all the kind of photography and the videography that we're going to be getting over on those islands. So what we decided to do was head all the way over here, spend some time in one of our favourite places in Scotland. This was actually the first ever road trip that we did when we first picked up Ellie almost 4 years ago. Can you believe that? 4 years ago. But the sun was shining on the east coast. We decided to head over here and just make the most of it for the next week or so and just kind of meander our way along the Moray coastline. I really don't think that's where we want to be going.
No, I don't think so either. I can't see it.
It's just that building like straight over there behind those cows. So it's this kind of dirt track road. Alright, reverse, back it up. Good start to it, at least it's quiet.
I know.
Good start to the day.
This is why we write these books, so we can come scope out these places so you don't have to say.
Right.
Poor Ellie.
Oh, Ellie. We just need to find somewhere to park if we want to go and visit this castle. I still need your help, but yeah, I think we need to do that. Okay, disaster avoided. I know. And guys, that's exactly why we do this, so that you don't have to. There it is. It actually said that the castle itself is shut today. I think you said it was only open like Wednesday to Friday, Wednesday to Sunday, and it's Monday today. But the estate itself is open, so we should be able to actually just go in and have a wander around. And the best part, it's a National Trust site, so we're members.
Yeah, it's like one of those areas in Scotland that's really good for being a National Trust member because it's so densely populated with National Trust sites. A lot of them being castles, loads of really good ones like around Aberdeenshire. So it's worth being a member because you end up paying it off in terms of by the time you've paid like your entry fees and your parking fees, it just kind of makes it worth your money.
So this right here, gang, is Brodie Castle, which sits not too far from the area of kind of Findhorn and the Findhorn Beach on the northern coast of the Moray region. And it is a beautiful, big, restored castle. It's actually like over 800 years old, I believe. It's like the ancestral home for the Brodie clan, and they've actually been using this as their seat for over 400 years. It is kind of spenny if you're just coming on a day trip. It's £16 for an adult to come in and kind of wander around and get a tour of the castle and stuff. But like we said, if you're a National Trust member, it's completely free. So again, already I'm just like, well, if there's two of yous, it might just be worth getting like a joint membership, which is what Gemma and I have. It's a really beautiful place to come and have a little wander around, especially on a day like today. It's just such a pleasant temperature. It's the start of spring already, gang. I can feel it in the air. Okay, garlic, cheese, onion, spinach. Okay. Alright gang, so for breakfast, I'm thinking some kind of like fancy omelette. Got loads of eggs. Actually, we've got more eggs than I know what to do with. So we better use them up for the old break. So fancy omelette it is. Actually justified because I went out and ran a half marathon yesterday as part of my training for my full marathon in May. So my legs are in tatters. But funny thing, actually another reason that we had to drive all the way across to Inverness, well didn't have to but chose to, was because I packed one running shoe when I left Paisley in our camper van. We're just very not used to like the whole idea of having a flat and going away on extended motorhome trips. We're still trying to get used to that and still trying to actually have to like pack things. Because as you guys know, when we were living in the van full time, everything would have just been in the van. And now it's like trying to remember basically to like move things between I felt like we're so organised, but for some reason we still forgot so much stuff. Onions, for example. We've got about 3 full bags of onions sitting in the flat. We're like, yeah, we definitely need to pack them. Completely forgot.
And what makes it even worse is that I actually wrote a to-do list to remember all of these things. Well, not one trainer, because obviously you would think we would just pack 2. But I actually wrote a to-do list to remember all these other little bits and forgot to check it. Like, I'm putting it down to, we were meeting our friends, we were excited about that. We'd actually also ordered a food delivery to come the night before, but it just didn't turn up. So we kind of had to deal with that like the next morning as well. Then I still had to go to the shops to get the food that was supposed to be delivered and blah blah blah. A lot of wee bits and bobs happened and I just forgot to check my list.
I think the moral is like what was supposed to make our lives easier, aka getting a flat and living in bricks and mortar when we're not travelling, has actually made it a lot more complicated than we thought. But silver lining, check out these sexy new shoes I got. Wow! Look at that. Took them for a spin yesterday and got a 10k PB. So they're obviously very good shoes. Hopefully it's because I'm getting fitter as well, but I'm going to blame the shoes. Justifies the expense. So just before we hit the road again, I was just wanting to chat to you guys about a service that has been really helping us a lot lately. I'm sure you guys will be able to relate that there's a lot of uncertainty in life recently and it can lead to a lot of anxiety and stress. That is actually where the paid partner of today's video comes in, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy service and it can help you with a variety of issues by connecting you with experienced and credentialed therapists around the world. They help by just giving you that little bit of extra support that you need when you're feeling down. And to get started, all you need to do is answer a few simple questions about your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will match you with a therapist that is right for you. And if you feel like that connection isn't quite right, you can actually change them as many times as you want completely for free. Using the service, you can communicate with your therapist through text, voice call, or video call, and you can actually do it in a location that is right for you. If you are ready to start your own therapy journey, then you can actually get 10% off today by using the link which I'll put at the bottom of the screen right here, and I'll also put a QR code right here if you're watching into TV. You can scan it, have a little bit of a read through it, and then just take it from there. We're just driving along the road and we've stopped in at a site that we saw a little signpost for. That right there, gang, is called Nelson's Tower. And it only actually is about a 10-minute drive from the last castle we went to. So it's right in the middle of this really cute little town and it sits right up the top of the hill. So it's a little bit of a trek to get up to, but I was like 10 minutes I would say from the car park, which at the bottom there's like a massive car park, plenty of space for a motorhome. But guys, I think one thing that's made me really happy today is just actually getting out and wandering around the forests and seeing loads of these. We've got daffodils everywhere. Oh, tell me that means that spring is finally here. That is just the perfect sight for today, honestly. What a long winter it's been. We've barely even been in the van, but it's just so exciting to have more kind of road trips like this on our doorstep and hopefully some good weather to enjoy them over the coming months. Okay, so this is the Findhorn Beach. Remember we came here? Oh, I remember actually, this is where we crashed early. Oh god, that is an absolute nightmare. Remember that? Someone who shall not be named reversed into a wooden post. Alright, let's not do that again. There's also a really good air here. I remember you you buy a ticket for it online, then you just pull up, and there's like a number plate recognition that opens a barrier for you, and it's walking distance straight into the beach. And I think one of the most beautiful things about this beach is just, in addition to just how long and white sandy it is, it's also got these colourful little houses that sit right beside the boardwalk as well, which is really cute. I think it's like you can rent them or something, or the locals own them and they use them as like changing huts or equipment sheds. But it just looks so cute, just sitting down on this beach. Really picturesque.
They are spenny. Can't remember exactly how much they are, but I have heard somebody tell me once before, and they do not come in cheap if you want one of these huts on the beach.
And so guys, I think this might just be the perfect place to tell you all about why we're actually back touring this part of the world again. Very exciting reason, but ta-da! We've got a brand new Northeast 250 guidebook coming out this summer. She is basically finished. All the text is written, all the research is done. We're just kind of travelling along just to make sure we're absolutely really happy with the photos that are inside it. So we're getting some final show kind of finishing touches, I guess, to it, making sure that we've not missed out anything. And yeah, that is due to actually be published this summer. So if you want to get yourself a copy for any road trips this summer, we're hoping possibly have it out by May, but we should definitely have it out by like June, July. You can join our emailing list. I'll put a link in the description down below to actually get the kind of full details about when it's going to be released. Or pre-orders are actually launched now. You can get the book and the map combo on our website. Again, I'll put a link in the description. You can pre-order yourself your own copy, and you can actually start planning your own Northeast 250 road trip around the Aberdeenshire region of Scotland this summer, because I've got to say it's one of our favourite places in Scotland. As we said, it was the first road trip we did, and it's just spectacular. Like, you've got nothing but beautiful beaches just like this all across the route. Are you excited about the new book, baby?
I am, I'm buzzing. Loads of castles, loads of distilleries, and I've said it before, I've said it to many people, I do think that this is really an underrated area of Scotland. I love it, and kind of going through the book over the past year and kind of pulling bits and bobs together, I've been so excited to come back here because it's so beautiful. Like, I was looking through going, I actually forgot how cute some of these little towns are. I'm really excited to go and see them.
Oh dear, that didn't go to plan. Look what's happened to Ellie! Oh no! We just went down this proper narrow road to get down to Doofus Castle. The gate was very narrow, and basically I hit some trees. Our kind of like little black trim thing, I guess, that like protects the screws was already kind of getting a bit loose, but it's proper ripped it off this time, guys. Check how bad this is. Oh dear. Oofed. Oh, it's a way back to there, man. Oh man. That is such a nightmare to get back in. I don't even have step ladders or anything to use. You need to like proper wedge it in with like a knife, and it's so annoying. Oh, you went in? Oh yeah? No, that. I told you need to get a knife and wedge it in. At least it's not raining. Right, Gemma's managed to kind of, I guess, like catch it round the middle bit, and then I did a wee bit up the top there, but it's just so difficult to do unless I actually get a step ladder and get up to it. If you get any hints or tips, guys, tricks for how to get that back in, but that is an absolute ball ache to try and get back in. I don't know if you need like a special set of tools or something, but I really don't know how I'm going to do that. Especially when it's so windy and it's like blowing around everywhere. But that'll need to do for just now.
So we've stopped off in the cute little town of Portsoy, and they do award-winning ice cream here, which from my memory the last time we were here, it was absolutely delicious. So of course, you can't stop by Portsoy without a little ice cream.
Right, so what flavour did you go for?
So, just rescue that bit. I've gone for Malteser, which is really interesting. I've never had like a Malteser ice cream before. Usually I'm actually not a chocolate ice cream person, but I don't know, it stood out to me and I thought, why not give it a try? So
How is it?
it's really good actually. Oh, yum.
And I went for the Ferrero Rocher, which I don't really know what the difference between that and a Malteser one is. Maybe it's got like more nuts through
I
it.
know. I need to try a bit of that too.
But what really surprised me about it actually for like award-winning ice cream, both of these, so I got like in a tub and Gemma got it in a cone, big scoops, £5.30 for both of them. I was expecting it to be closer to about £6 or £7 to be honest, so reasonably priced as well. And that is very good. Wow, that is very good ice cream. Lovely. Okay, Alright, so this looks like it here. On the left, car park. Yes.
So there's actually a footpath to Gardenstown, so I could walk.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yes. It's Crovie car park and viewpoint.
Excellent. These are two really beautiful places on the Northeast 250 that kind of like make me feel like it's actually a really underrated place to visit in Scotland, because I don't really hear of people coming and travelling this route, but there are just so many amazing places. And
I mean, this car park's empty.
I know.
No one's
it's
here.
Crazy. And these tiny little fishing villages literally sit kind of on the edge, kind of surrounded by the cliffs, and the views are just absolutely magnificent.
How cute is that?
I know, I love it. It's so cute. So the locals actually have to get their groceries down the hill in wheelbarrows, because there aren't actually any, it's not any access for cars to get along the town. But what a cute place. Like, imagine like the views that you get from your window. They're just like unmatched, aren't they? It's amazing.
Just actually reading the little signpost that's here. Apparently in 1953 there was a massive storm, like hurricane proportion storm, that basically destroyed the entire village and caused people to move away. And since then it's not actually been a kind of local village. It's a holiday village. So I guess they kind of rebuilt it, and now it's all just kind of holiday lets and like Airbnbs and stuff like that. But yeah, after the storm, many houses ceased to be permanently occupied, and it ceased to be a fishing village inhabited by local families. Oh, but it is like mega windy today, and I don't, oh god, I can't even close the door. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's mega windy today, and I don't really fancy a cliff walk. But on a nice clear day, you can park here, walk down to Crovie village, which is actually pronounced Crivy, not Crovie. So Crovie village. It's a little bit of a steep walk to get down to it, so just, you know, make sure you're like fit enough to get up and down. And then you can also take the cliff path all the way to Gardenstown as well. Okay, so it's just along here. Not this one, next one. Alright, oof, it's busy. Jesus.
Wow.
Wow.
I do remember it being quite busy last
Yeah, to be fair actually, and it was like a kind of holiday destination. So we're at a park up that's just in the town of Rosehearty. We actually used it like 4 years ago, like, you know, back when we first started travelling. And it basically sits right beside the boat club. £5 a night, £5 to use the waste disposal and water. Really beautiful view from your van. And again, just another example of how perfect this part of Scotland is to actually tour around in your motorhome, because it's just like, there's just airs everywhere. I do feel like last time I had to like phone a guy and ask him. I'll just go and read the signs. Maybe it's this guy. Looks like he's coming over to say hi. Hi pal. No, I haven't. That's what we were just wondering, like, how we actually sorted this out.
I know you two from YouTube.
Oh, do you? Oh, no way! Oh,
Possibly.
lovely to meet you.
Basically.
That is ideal.
There you are. Thank you very much, Martin, if you're watching this. I'm thinking just here, with that view. Like, it was because last time we hooked up, I remember that actually, because that was when we first got the van, we didn't have any electrics in it. That is ideal. £10 a night, all in, and
Right
that
beach.
is your view, guys. This doesn't get much better than that,
I
does
know.
it?
There's actually caravans pitched up here too.
Yeah, it's like a proper wee kind of holiday park, I guess,
Yeah.
but like dirt cheap. Alright, so this is what we're having for dinner. This kind of little Italian pasta that we keep making. It's basically like pasta mixed with feta, oil, sun-dried tomatoes, loads of vegetables, chuck it in the oven, and then just let it sit in there, and it kind of bakes it into this delicious thing. We've done it with some broccoli. And what are you up to just now?
I'm trying to buy us a new drone.
Well, aside from that as well, yeah. You guys remember we lost our drone in the last video? What else are you doing that's
Okay.
really exciting? It's not just
Well,
wasting
okay.
money.
Yeah, well, I'm also spending money, but I'm actually looking into different ferry options to get us across to the Outer Hebrides. So originally we had planned on going from Uig on Skye, and then I had kind of thought maybe we'd be as well going from Ullapool, because it's quicker to get to Ullapool from Aberdeenshire, but just priced it all out, and I was like, is it just looking more expensive because it's more last minute, or is there a different price between like different harbours? I think there might be a different price between different harbours, because I've priced it from Ullapool and from Uig, and Uig's cheaper. I don't know if that's just because it's maybe not as common a port to go from, because more people, it's more popular to go from like Ullapool. Oban was a lot more expensive to get across the Barra, so yeah, I think we're going to go from Uig, so I've just been pricing that up and very excited. I'm going to book it tonight.
Yeah, that's our next port of call actually. We are kind of meandering our way back through the centre of the North East 250, like down through the Dufftown, the Whisky Trail region, all the way back to Inverness, and then we're shooting from there across the Outer Hebrides. We still have another couple of days on this route though, which is fun. Like, I've been really enjoying my North East 250 adventure so far, just because of how easy it is for van life around here. Like, it has been a breeze. This place has got water, waste disposal. I'm going to do that first thing tomorrow morning. I'm going to enjoy my dinner here knowing that I'm allowed to park here, and it only costs £10 a night. Like, absolute bargain. But yeah, we're going to eat dinner and we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, gang. Look at how beautiful this park up is we've been waking up to this morning. Like, I've got to say, this is one of the most beautiful places we've actually woken up to, and I can't believe that we're actually allowed to park here for just £10. It's gorgeous. We're literally just having a little slow morning, had a wee coffee on some deck chairs outside, nothing but the sound of the waves and just the seagulls above us. It was so beautiful. I'm going to start off now. Actually, I've got a mobility session to do for my marathon training plan, because today's a nice easy rest day. Do a little half-hour mobility session and just admire that stunning view out there. Alright, it's a good feeling. We've got full tank of water, empty tank of grey waste and an empty toilet. All for £10. And I keep banging on about it, guys, but honestly, it actually blows my mind how good an air that is. I think that might be one of the best airs in Scotland. I'll put it out there in terms of like view and services to the price. Definitely up there with one of the best ones. You ready, baby? Hitting the road?
I am ready.
Yeah, sun's shining. And the wind's died down, it's actually really warm. I was just like out there topping up the water in my jumper and I was sweltering, so I had to lose a jumper.
And I was out in a t-shirt.
I know.
It was comfortable.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's so nice.
Summer's
yeah,
coming.
I never thought this time would come. I feel like it's been a long winter.
Although we might have just got ahead of ourselves, gang.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Oh.
I like one of us just forgot to close the side door. One of us, not going to point names or blame anyone, but one of us forgot to close the side door.
Where is that?
I don't know. Oh wow, there it is. Oofed. Wow, you completely missed that, wouldn't you? You're just kind of walking along, almost looks as if it's part of the cliff.
I know, if you didn't know it was here, you possibly would. It's amazing.
Right, it seems like the path's just down there, a little bit sketchy. We're going to check it out. So this site is actually called Findlater Castle. It sits just up in the northern coast of the Moray region as well. The parking to get to it was a little bit kind of, like there is a sign on the main road, but it's very easy to miss it when you're doing, 50. But just Google map it and it will kind of take you up to somebody's house. Then you just follow the signs from there. And the final car park is kind of sits behind somebody's like big barn. It's very easy to think as you're driving up to think like, oh, am I going to drive into this person's house? But turn left and then you'll find a big car park which is big enough for like a good few motorhomes, just kind of the end of it. From there we just walked all the way down past the wee Ducat, which you can see in the background over there, and the view's just spectacular.
What makes it even better
What's that?
is the sun actually feels warm.
I know, and the wind's disappeared.
Yeah, it feels lovely. Like it actually feels like spring. Like it's
Yeah.
coming in summer, yeah. I feel warm sitting here. I'm so sorry about this voice because it still hasn't gone and it's really bugging me. But yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, Gemma needs to be banned from talking.
Still, can you believe it?
Oh, bless you, baby. Path does look like it could get a little bit hairy at points. Slippery here. It's just been like kind of morning dew on the grass and on the mud, so it's making it a little bit slippery. Just make sure you're wearing proper boots if you are going to attempt to actually climb down to it. Okay, this is actually really cool when you finally kind of scramble up to it. It's almost as if the castle's been like completely reclaimed by nature. It's like sits right beneath the grassy verge, so much so that it almost looks as if it's been built like underground. You can get down into it. It does look a bit sketchy, and I read online that it's kind of falling apart, and it says just be very careful because the rock structure could collapse. So you just need to be careful if you do want to actually get down into it. But it looks so cool, like so cool. Oh wow, okay, so that floor has definitely collapsed. I won't be going in there. It looks like you can kind of see down through the actual structure. This one's still intact. Wow. This is so cool. That's awesome, man. It is like a super vertical drop right there though, so I'm not getting anywhere near close to that edge because that is giving me proper jelly legs. But yeah, what a cool place. Again, just be so careful if you are coming to here. Make sure that it's obviously not just rained, good weather conditions, not blowing a hoolie, because you do not want to get blown out through that ridge. That would definitely ruin your holiday. Okay, stopping off in Elgin, there's actually a laundromat here, one of these little laundry revolution things. One of them is taken, but the other one looks empty, so hopefully we can chuck a little wash in. Because we're in dire need, full of dirty washing, and because I've been doing a lot more like marathon training, it stinks as well. So, that's your job, baby. You drew the short straw. Nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
Get washing.
The bag stinks.
With washing all sorted, we hit the road west where we were welcomed back onto the Isle of Skye the only way this island knows how, with a torrential thunderstorm.
This feels a bit like Shetland, doesn't it?
It's just like exactly like Shetland weather. I feel like I'm back
This is
on
terrifying.
Shetland.
I think it's actually quite lucky that we got over the bridge when we did. I don't think we would have got over the bridge if we quite waited anymore.
It seems to be picking up a bit more.
Wild. Wild. Feels like we're back to winter already.
It's the kind of weather, it's days like today that really gives Skye its kind of misty Isle name, like you just can't see anything.
I know, very
and
much.
there's waterfalls going down the side of the road that actually just blow over the entire road.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's how quickly Scotland changes, gang.
Woohoo!
Blue
sky.
Blue skies!
Oh
Just
God.
don't look over that way. Don't look over that way because that's where the clouds are. Blue skies are that way. We're on our way up to Uig now. We just kind of stopped off in Portsoy to use the toilet disposal. Now we're on our way to Uig. We're catching our ferry!
Oh my goodness, I feel like we're going to be in for a rocky sailing. I actually jumped into the pharmacy and got some quails because, yeah, seasickness is not fun. And I do remember the last time we caught this ferry across to Uist and, oh gosh, it was so rough. I remember lying on the seat just like, when is this going to end?
I feel like it was a very similar day to today.
Yeah, I think it was because the weather was very similar. I remember we booked the ferry very last minute and we were like, right, let's just go. And do you know what I think my problem is sometimes I look too much on Instagram and obviously people post the highlights, so people are posting these like really idyllic, like, you know, walking out onto the beach and just like the Scottish islands in the sunshine and just looking really beautiful. I know it's not like that. I have been on the islands where it is like this. I know that it is not like that all the time.
All the time, yeah. It is
Sometimes it is like that. In fact, I think a lot of the time it can be like that. But it's just that little bit of like, what's the word I'm looking for?
reality.
No, like, I kind of almost get sucked into that hole of just like, oh my goodness, like, it's going to be such nice weather, I can't wait. So I've actually packed like a lot of like dresses and like nice summery clothes. Like looking at this weather, like why? I mean, I'm hoping that the weather's actually going to be nice this week and I'll be really grateful for packing them, but also I'm just like, I need to remember where I'm going and it's not like that beautiful sunshine, hot weather all the time. So sometimes I just get sucked into that, like watching too many videos and feeling that I'm going to the idyllic island sunshine. I need to remember that my lost proof needs to come everywhere with me.
Okay, well that's a great start. Literally just pulled in to the bit and we got a text saying your sailing's been cancelled.
Yeah.
Rescheduled for tomorrow at 5 to 2.
And not even because of the weather.
I know, it's just a
That's the
technical
annoying
issue
thing,
with
it's
the
just
boat.
Technical issue, they're going to be taking the passengers that are going over to Lochmaddy on Uist first. And then, yeah, we'll go tomorrow. So,
Need to try and find somewhere.
yeah.
Oh. Damn. Oh, it's just trying to find somewhere that's like sheltered because it's so windy.
I know, it's very
suppose I am hoping. I did have a look at the windy app and it is due to die down. Maybe it means tomorrow we'll have a smoother sailing.
Yeah.
I was so buzzing to get there, and tomorrow's looking like it'll be nice weather.
I know.
But anywho, it's what it is. We can relax tonight. Yeah, we'll find somewhere to park up.
Good morning, gang. As you can see, we didn't find the most kind of romantic park up last night. We actually found somewhere not too far from Uig. Really beautiful little place, kind of overlooking these fields, surrounded by sheep. But the storm was just crazy last night. It was like 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts. And honestly, we felt like the van was going to blow over. So about 9:30, we drove all the way back down to Portsoy. Just kind of pitched up in the co-op car park. No, it's not ideal, but it was shut. I'll have anyone come and moan at me if they want to, but blame Calmac. Don't blame us. We would much rather be out in the Outer Hebrides right now. But yeah, it did us for one night. It's nice and early now, and we're going to move on before the shop actually opens, because we're sailing at 2 PM today from Uig. So we may as well just kind of meander our way back up to there and just get ready to actually board the ferry.
Woohoo! The sun is shining.
I know,
and
here we go.
Are ready for round 2.
I know, here we go, man. It's going to be a much nicer sailing. We're going to a brand new place, gang. This is like so exciting when we actually go somewhere brand new in Scotland. Up to Lewis and Harris, and I just cannot wait. A day like today, I'm expecting gorgeous beaches, loads of wildlife, mountains, hiking, castles.
That's not all happening today, but on this trip, yes, that is very much what I'm expecting as well. I'm like just really keeping everything crossed that the weather is gonna stay this way, do as I said, do as I've been envisioning, and being really sunny. That would be so nice.
Touchdown, sunny Harris. I actually can't believe how much we've nailed it with the weather. We're just looking at the weather. It's forecast to be good weather for the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks like this.
Surely not. Like,
I know.
How
like,
is that
how
going to
is
last?
that?
But
How is
yes,
that possible?
I'm here for it.
We'd seen the pictures and heard the stories, but nothing prepares you for the first glimpse of Harris. As we headed west from Tarbert towards Luscantire Beach, the landscape opened up and left us speechless. Turquoise waters, endless white sand, and not a single soul in sight. This was a moment it hit us. This was what we came for. And trust us, it only gets better from here. What have you spotted over here?
Right, so there are 3 baby lambs in here, and I was just speaking to the guy whose uncle actually owns them, and at that point, at first I had only noticed one of them, and he was saying to me that there was 3, and I was like, oh, I hadn't even noticed. This wee baby one here, he actually thought that it had passed because it wasn't moving, so he came down, he came and checked on it, and he was like, oh, like it's not suckling, like I don't know if it's maybe going to be the runt of the litter, but it's just stood up and just gone, oh, I think it's trying. Oh, they are honestly so cute. Like he was saying, they were just born yesterday, and it's actually the first time that this mum has given birth to triplets. Look at them, they are melting my heart. I've been standing here for about 15 minutes now just watching them just go about life and playing with mum, and now these 2 are just snoozing with each other, and the other wee one's got his chance to go around and get a bit of mum. Oh my god, they're so cute.
Also, gang, we've been in Harris for possibly about half an hour now, maybe an hour, and I am blown away by how van life friendly it is here already. Like, this is just quite insane. We passed multiple different signs that all said like this is a designated overnight bay, basically, to try and encourage people to park in like specific spots and not just like on grassy verges and around the banks. But we passed about 10 of them, maybe a dozen, all in like super scenic locations. And actually just at Luscantire community toilets, there's even a sign here saying £10 per night if you want to park here, right next to one of the most famous beaches in Scotland, Luscantire Beach. Like, that is insane.
Yeah, I'm like really like chuffed with how fan friendly it is. I have always heard people say that, but it is just really great to see, because it's I guess just helping people to do the right thing.
isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Which is really good.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of home. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way.
How about that?
This is just perfect. Like,
Yeah.
actually perfect.
To live
I'm
up
in
to
heaven.
expectations.
Bet them, to be honest. The sand feels like the softest sand ever. And there's just something so peaceful about being here and not seeing anyone else. And I think that's just because it's such a big beach, because there are obviously some other cars in the car park. So there are obviously other people here. But it's such a massive big stretch of sand that we can't see anybody. I'm just sitting like listening to those waves crashing on the shoreline. I just feel at peace.
Yeah, I think what makes it so special is because it's not like open ocean in front of you, so it's completely different to what I was expecting it to be like. But it is like just as beautiful, if not more beautiful. But because you've got the mountains in the distance, and because you're surrounded by these like big dunes, there's no wind here at all. I'm actually roasting standing here in a jumper because the sun's shining on me. Gemma's wearing nothing but a t-shirt,
I brought my cardigan, I've just been hanging it over my arm.
but it's so warm and it's just so beautiful.
There's no midges.
I know, so peaceful with the sound of that crashing waves. Guys, this is going to be it for the next 3 weeks. We're out here, we're travelling from the very north all the way down to Barra, the very south of the Outer Hebrides. And what a start to our trip this has been. Like, this is insane. We're going to sign this video off here, but if you want to see more of the Outer Hebrides and more of this beautiful weather that we're getting, then make sure you tune in next week. And if you're new around here, hit subscribe, join the gang. And if you have any plans to get out to the Outer Hebrides, let us know. Because yeah, we'd love to hear what your kind of recommendations are, or what you're thinking of them, or if you've been yourself. Just let us know in the comments down below, and we hope to see you again in the next one. See ya!
I haven't been holding that cough in no time. See ya!
See you guys. Gemma, hopefully be rid of the cough next time.